we've been hearing it all year. Is it EB? Is it Sam? Is it the offensive line? Nobody knows. Ain't nobody figure it out. It's a little bit of everything, right? What does that say for the running backs? What does that say for Curtis Samuel? We know he's going to be a free agent. What does that say for the other weapons that are like, we were all open, he didn't get us the football? People need film. You got to try to set people up for success. What does that say to a Jacoby Brissett? Who, hey, he got decked behind Nick Gates. I'm not giving anybody on the offensive line a pass, but let's be clear. If we're thinking about this objectively, your job, EB said it at the beginning of the season, every day we are competing for our job. Every day it's a now hiring sign on the front of the building. We all know they're not making the playoffs, but nobody cares today about a draft in April. Nobody cares right now about a draft in April. Guarantee you that. What they care about right now is I need a job. Somebody's got to pick me up. I either want these people to keep me or I want these people to come and pick me up. I want somebody to still call me and say, as soon as the season is over, I got you. That's what we're seeing here. Now, one could argue what would have happened if Coach would have made the decision at the top of the fourth quarter. We'll never know. He even fumbled a bit, no pun intended, on the question today when asked, hypothetical question, what if the playoffs were still in contention? What would you do? He couldn't answer it straight out. It's save yourself mode. That's what it is. Because film still got to go out. And if you are a hot running back, you believe you still got something in the tank as a tight end. If you still, you don't know if you want to stay or go as a wide receiver, you don't know on that offense, you don't know what your future is going to hold. So who's going to give us the best option? This ain't even about winning. I'm just trying to keep my job in the NFL. That's what we're seeing. That's what we saw yesterday for certain. Now, it'll be interesting going into the Jets game because now we got two teams and everybody's fighting for jobs. Everybody's fighting for jobs. All the players, the staff, you want to put out your best product. Even when the product looks bad, you will hopefully want to look good. And right about now, and again, this goes back to whose fault is it? Curtis Samuel's having a very good year. But can we say, who else can we, from an off, we already know the defense is not, no. Offensively, how many passes do you end up getting week 15? And you can only really say with confidence, you know, Curtis Samuel's had a really good year. He's having a really good year. You don't know. But again, this goes back to the late decision-making around quarterbacks placed on the shoulders of Ron Rivera that we've seen him do year after year. It's always in December when it's too late. What's done is done. And what I have shared since the spring, what has been shared, I told you all after Super Bowl week. And I'm going to keep telling you all. Love button fire emoji if you heard me say, hey, listen, y'all, I don't know if you heard what Sean Payton said, but Sean Payton said X, Y, and Z. Take technically, you can't interview anybody and you can't bring anybody in until after the season is over for them. And that's even at the collegiate levels. So let me be very clear about something else. The football product is not the only thing that has not been touched until further notice. I hope you all understand what I'm saying here. So you saying, okay, well, they tanking because they haven't made a change. Well, guess what? They haven't touched anything because they're waiting until the season is over to touch anything. This just is what it is. So I think what would be interesting is to see what does happen. Because we know that the chances are they're going to lose the rest of these games. It would be nice for them to beat the Jets. It would be good for them. But guess who else it would be good for? It would be good for the Jets as well, who were also eliminated over the weekend. It'd be good for them too. Everybody's got something to fight for. And trying to prepare, weigh in on the hinges of development for a player that you won't even be there to coach. Ain't nobody doing that for real. I mean, in good faith, it would be nice. But in reality, saving yourself is always an option. Always, always, always. With that being said, let's go to a question that I got. I asked people, oh, you got questions for me? What's the questions you got? And Lamar Bland said, do you think the Commanders would have had a better, worse, same chance to win more games if they started Jacoby Brissett sooner? I will say this. I think it's probably about the same. I saw the attempt. Immediately yesterday. But I said at the beginning of the season that if there was a game that this team had to rely on the offense to win it all for them and to go down and make the game-winning play, that this team was going to be in trouble. I said that. They were going to be in trouble. If it was on the offense, this was not going to go well. That was one thing I said. Love button, fire emoji, if you remember me saying that. Second thing, I also said week one, if they played like they did week one, this was going to be a rough one. And I'm going to add a third one. It was going to have to be more on the defense. Making a change at quarterback sooner could have definitely, I know for yesterday, probably made a difference because that's just the energy, right? That's just the energy. You change mid-game, the other team think they giving up. But I can't necessarily say the same for the rest of the season. Because of the defensive blunders. I mean, let's be for real. There was defensive blunders yesterday. But I think it would have still been more of the same. I do not think they would have been playoff bound. Like it's not a difference like that where it would be like, oh yeah, if they would have started Jacoby, they'd been made the playoff. No. Not with this defense. And not with just some of the things and how it went down. I don't think so. So I think it would be pretty similar. I think we may have seen a difference yesterday, but it's not a huge difference where it's like because the offensive line is still the offensive line. Everybody knows that Tyler Larson performed much better than Nick Gates. So that was that's a key difference right there, as was the difference with Chris Paul and Sadiq Charles. Let's just call it what it is. It was a difference there as well. So those adjustments were made and it looked good, but I think it's just the season is long. Sam has had some incredible stats. Let me be very clear. He's had some incredible stats, and I still feel very positively about Sam. But this team, this is a team that's just in shock. And I will say that a veteran presence like a Jacoby Brissett that has been around in our several locker rooms can help with that and has helped with that, to just, potentially settle it a bit more. And that's what we saw on the field. But I'm not talking about a difference between playoffs and nah. No. I think the team would still very much be in the same position that they are right now. Here we go. Throw the whole coaching staff away. How does it take you 3 minutes to score within the 5? How does it take you 3 minutes to score within the 5 in that situation? Why was Sam benched? How does that help long term? Again, I would, going back to watching what they say, listen to what they say, watch what they do. If you're anticipating not being here, or if you already understand what's happening here, what difference does it make what the long term is? And I'm just being, I'm being real. If hey, I got to act now, because in NFL, in NFL time period, you are in long term. Week 1 to week 15 is long term. So what we doing? I help everybody else out when I got to help myself at this point, because this is the time of year it gets real. It gets really real. And here's the other thing: because of these situations, here's the reality. You probably will see a better team. You probably will see better plays being made and things happening. I'm going to go back to Jacoby Brissett. He's been on journeyman status, kind of, sort of, right? He still wants an opportunity. He still wants a chance. So what is he going to do? Just not take it? He get an opportunity to get out there on the field. What you think he going to do? Nobody's going to sit around and be like, no, you know what? I'm not even going to play. I'm not even going to do that because, we got to wait for the development, and we're going to see these draft picks come April. We're going to see how the young guys want to come up. No, that's not what happens in real life. They want an opportunity to start immediately. And in NFL life, you in the long term. It's been 15 weeks. That's been a long time. And if you sit back, love button, fire emoji if you watch other teams play. As I tell people all of the time, if you only watch the Commanders and the teams they play on Sunday, that's not good enough. This is not. Not in really understanding where the game is going, in the culture, and what's happening here. Across the league, and we're seeing, barring injuries, because we know that injuries are a hard, difficult part of this game. And we know that injuries impact your roster and your gameplay. But we have seen teams deal with injuries and still they are playing for something. They are still trying to get in the Rams. And while people might say they 500, they don't deserve to be in the playoffs, guess what? Go and tell that to Sean McVay face, because he is trying. They are trying. They are trying. And they've dealt with injuries throughout the season. These teams, nobody else is like, forget it. Maybe that one day, maybe. Think about it. People gonna have time during that bye week to talk to their agents, talk to their families, and get really real about what their future looks like in current state. Here's your stats so far. Here's what's happening. Here's what the rumor mill is saying. Here's what we're sensing. You might want to do X, Y, and Z so that you got some good film. Because coaches have agents too, everybody. And so they need to be putting out their best effort in continuing to try to develop their players and making sure, they can really speak to the overall improvement of their position group. People are still trying. They still got to have a story to tell. They can't just say, well, we was just, waiting, trying to see how Sam was going to develop. And we was, and they told us we was tanking, they told us don't even win no more. So they said, we stopped. No, come on, y'all. Stop. These are people real, very real jobs and families to take care of. So I just say that, and it's making myself laugh because it's like, ain't nobody signing up for that in real life. Okay, everybody's feelings hurt. Everybody feels some type of way. You sad because you're losing. All right, you're going to be really lost if you get released and you don't have anywhere to go. That's going to be a real sad day. So do what you got to do to make up for it. Are y'all feeling me? Are you feeling what I'm saying? Because here's the reality, y'all. It's 3 more games. OMG. 1, 2, 3. 3 more games. 3 more. 3. I need to understand and know what the leadership team, I need to understand that, the true vision, and I'm a numbers person. So when I hear even, patience and even talking things about like rebuild and things like that, it becomes because at this point, I would hope even with a partial rebuild or what you feel like you can do, hey, can you at least win more than 4 games? What are we talking about here? We talking about no games? Or we talking about 3? We talking about 4? We talking about 5? Did you tell them they had to win at least 10? What is the number of wins? What you want to see? How do you want to see the plans working out? What is the culture? What is the mentality? If you already established, I want some goons on my squad. Hey, I want you to be good guys, but out there on Sunday, I want you to, whoever talking trash, talk it back, but talk it in that end zone. Talk it when you force that fumble. And then go out there and get those types of people. I want to know more about the vision and what they are trying to do. Because if you are watching these other teams play week after week, then I hope, and I saw some of the comments in the chat, that people can feel me when I say nobody else is talking this lay down mess. Nobody else is talking this, nobody else is doing that. You want to know why? Because that's loser talk. Losers talk like that. And maybe I'm just not used to talking like that because I'm not a loser. So I'm not with it. And it's like, hey, who cares about, I don't even care about the draft picks right now until you let me know who's picking them. Who picking the people? Because I can't even get excited about the draft picks if we're going to keep picking like we've been picking. So that's all I'm saying. Like, I can't be concerned about that because that's just not exciting to me right now. And while, sure, you can get excited about those things, we already know the team hasn't really had a true GM. And I see the count here, correct me if I'm wrong, but this team hasn't had a true GM structure since, I don't know, this is going to be his. I'm excited. I would like to think that having a team function do structurally from a front office perspective should automatically yield better results. If that's the plan of the new ownership group, right? If that's the plan, great. I need to know who you're picking. Because you can give me the structure. Fine. Why not? But who's doing the picking? I need to know who the scout team is. You all heard me say this a couple of weeks ago. Whoever found, name your favorite players. We're going to do this exercise again. If you did the exercise already, do it again, please, for me. Drop in the chat who your favorite NFL players are. And whomever your favorite NFL players are, I need to find the scouts that found your favorite NFL players. And I want them on my staff. Or you at least need to tell me, how are you evaluating players? What is going into the process? I understand that's a bit of the secret sauce. So if you don't want to give me your secret sauce, that's fine. I'm going to hire you. I want you to come and work for me because I want you to come and do the best. DJ knows me. DJ Bland knows me in real life. DJ Bland, tell the people what I do. Tell the people what I do, inclusive of me talking to, building camaraderie with you, DJ. I only deal with the best in the business. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. It is something that I take a lot of honor and pride and love and joy and enduring. It makes everything better. We're going to mentor and mentee, give back to the community. We're going to do all of those things. But right now, give me the best. I'm only connecting myself to the best. Only. And what else we doing here? What else are we doing here? Because we're going to mentor all day long. But I'm going to mentor you along with the best. We're going to mentor you. I don't need no raw talent. I want talent. Somebody drop in the chat. Talent. I don't want. Give them to me how they are. We're going to help them out. We're going to get them there. But I want Hall of Famers to come through here on my watch. I want award-winning players. I want highlight reels to happen. But you just got to, and yes, Isaac, absolutely, I believe so. Well, incorrect. It's Bruce Allen. It was Bruce. If we're being technical, you may not have liked him, but the last GM was Bruce Allen. Okay. So, we're just being technical about the role and a person that sat in the role. It's Bruce Allen. So this is it means something. It means something. I want to get who, if that's the role, I'm excited. But and here's the other thing. A lot of people were excited this year. And in the beginning of the season is always exciting. But at this point, I truly believe that there needs to be a posture from even the fan base that says, show me first. Show me. Prove it. All right. I'm listening to what you say, but I'm going to start watching what you do. I'm serious. Because I don't think, we talked about this before the bye, rebuild. How long does it take? True rebuild, wipe everything out. And I don't think, and when I say things like this, I want you all to hear me when I'm saying this isn't just about the football side of the house. This is everything. If you notice, they haven't touched anything. People may have moved on to other positions, but nobody's gotten fired. Nobody's lost their jobs. Nothing has been touched. And that was the plan from the beginning. They bought the team less than a week before training camp started. They didn't touch anything. And technically, there's no point in touching anything because anybody that you would want is still in season. And I think that, and this goes back to my comment about talent, and finding those scouts that drafted and found your current favorite NFL players. I want the diamonds. I want the gems. It ain't have to go to the college football playoff. You might can give me a couple of those. That's cool. But I want the ones that's going to come in here and make a difference in my football game. Week 1. Absolutely by week 5. And you better be making an impact by week 8. It's not a hard concept, to be honest with you. If you're a numbers-driven person, if you're analytics-driven person, I want to understand. It's real clear. If I say I want you to win 10 games this year, you can figure out which games those are, but you need to win at least 10 of them. Pick your poison on which one. But your people better be ready. Because then there's no question whether or not I'm going to make changes at the end of the season. You're already going to know I am. Because if I asked you and told you that your bar is 10 wins and you don't meet the bar, then you already know I'm going to make changes. Now, I'm not going to do it the Carolina Panthers way. We're not going to do that. But we're going to definitely make a change. Because I don't understand what happened here. And if that means I got to go through each game and each line of film and each play, that's what we'll do. Because that's what winners do. See, I have very low tolerance for tank talk when people are just losing. You can make a decision to tank, but that still takes a strategy effort as well. And actually very smart people to do. Very smart people to do. I want to put this question up here. Do they watch film? I'm going to say this. They tell us that they do. You be the judge based on your eye test if they do. But they say that they do. What'd they get rid of the long snapper for? Anyway, I had to throw that back in there because don't think I forgot. What did they get rid of him for now? He's been doing this all year. Been doing this since he got here, actually. What are you doing that for? Okay. Whatever you like. 1:30 to 2:30, and on the weekends during the noon hour. You all, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoy talking about this topic as much as I do. You all listen, be well, be safe. I will be doing a live for the weekly DMV Sports Update. Remember, I told you all, spoiler alert, Mama Waller will be in town. So she'll be in the CWall studios, Bowie TV studios, checking her daughter out. And you all, next Monday, no show. I am traveling to MetLife Stadium for the Commanders taking on the Jets, the last road game of the season. Y'all would be shocked how tiresome this is, or maybe you all wouldn't be shocked. But thank you all for hanging out as always. I appreciate you all so much. No show next Monday because it is Christmas. So get all that holiday shopping in. And guess what? I'll talk to you all again soon on Thursday. See you then.